How about Dodgers outfielder Yasiel Puig hit his 10th homer last night in Cleveland? That's not the story. What happened after crossing home plate, he gave the double bird, the double middle finger, to Indians fans sitting behind home plate. Maggie, big deal or not a big deal?
Yeah. I guess my polite self, if my mom's here, I should say that's a big deal because you really can't be flipping people off. But I guess add Puig to the long list of athletes who have flipped off fans.
That picture is tremendous.
I know. The fact that we had to blur it out is amazing. I don't think it's a big deal, though. I mean, it's not screaming, cussing. It's like the lowest form of, bad, communication that you can.
Well, right. It's like
use.
someone driving up the West Side Highway. They cut you off. What are you going to do? Honk the horn and give the bird. I mean, that is exactly what the reaction is. So if someone's going to go out there and say something to you when you're warming up, getting ready to get into the batter's box, and you go out there and hit an opposite field home run, you know what? You shove it right back in their face, and that is exactly what Yasiel Puig did. Now the big question is, we've got Puig and you've got Mr. Met. Who was more justified in flipping the bird? Was it Puig or the Mets mascot?
I mean, it's got to be Mr. Met, right? I'll take that one off your hands. I think it's going to be Mr. Met. I think it's going to be Mr. Met. I think that it's hard for me to get behind Mr. Met on this one because it's like flipping off the home crowd. But I only imagine, knowing Mets fans, I am a Mets fan, I'm sure that what was said was probably pretty blue and pretty bad. So I guess I'll take Mr. Met on this one.
I'll take Puig on that. You took me off the hot seat on that one, Maggie. I appreciate that. Now you look at the fans. You go to the ballpark, right? You pay your hard-earned money. Are fans to blame when you look at the reactions, whether it be the mascot, whether it be the player? I mean, you can say certainly some things. There are a lot of things that are out of line that you can't go out there and say. And I do think fans at times push that boundary, especially when there's abuse of drinking and everything like that, where they go out there and say things that they really shouldn't be saying, and then they draw the reaction.
Yeah, I just honestly think that you do buy a ticket, and I understand people paying a lot of money for these tickets, and they feel entitled to say whatever they want, or they feel like, I think it's because athletes now make so much money, they just seem like there's such a big divide between the regular guy and an athlete. When athletes say things like, well, even if I lose, I wake up tomorrow and I'm still me, and I still have this great life. I think it makes fans start to look at them sideways and feel like they're like they can say anything to them, and that these guys are made out of absolute Teflon, and that's just not true.
No, it's not true, and especially when you look at Twitter, when you look at Facebook, people have the they feel like they can go out there and say anything to anybody at any time, and there's no retribution and there's no pushback whatsoever, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like from online trolling now becomes in person, and that's where you get a bad mix.
Agreed.